Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RP channel for our broadcast on May 9th. I'm your host, Manny Allegretto. RP channel, home of the racing podcast. So the results from the Toyota Tundra 250 from Friday. Winner Matt Crafton in the 88 Toyota. He led 6 laps. Second place, Ryan Newman in the number 8 Chevy. He led 2 laps. And third place was Johnny Sada in the 98 Toyota. And Ryan Newman raced last night in the number 8 Chevy. Now, tonight you have your Sprint Cup event, which starts at 7:30 tonight on Fox Sports 1 and MRN, and that is the SpongeBob SquarePants 400. 267 laps scheduled. Joey Logano is the pole setter for this race tonight. Again, that's at 7:30 p.m. tonight, and that's on Fox Sports 1 and MRN. Next Friday, the 15th at 7 p.m., it's the Sprint Showdown with 40 laps scheduled, Fox Sports 1, MRN. And Saturday, May 16th at 7 is the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race with 90 laps scheduled, and that is also on Fox Sports 1 and MRN. And we'll go over that schedule next week on next weekend's racing podcast. So this is the RP channel, where we just home of the racing podcast. So we're gonna take care of that in a second, and you can catch the racing podcast Thursdays for a live broadcast recording at Spreaker.com /sports. Also available on demand at apodradio.com. That's APODradio.com, home of American podcasting. So let's get to it. Here we are, the racing podcast, week number 13 here at the RP channel. Welcome, fellow motorheads, to RP, the racing podcast, presented by American Podcasting, available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com /sports. I'm your host, Manny Allegretto, and thank you for tuning in, everybody. So, as you mentioned, that I missed the race at Texas, right? A few weeks back, because I had a wedding I had to go to. I was actually down in Florida, but I actually did get to see it after all, because I watched the race on YouTube. Love the YouTube, and good thinking, because I'm keeping track of the big wins, and so I did watch finally the Duck Commander 500 from Texas Motor Speedway on Friday on YouTube, all 3 hours and 5 minutes of it, and I'm glad I did. And for those who missed that race at Texas, here's how Jimmy Johnson won it. He had Kevin Harvick in first, Jimmy McMurray in second, with a nice big gap in between. Jimmy Johnson comes in, passes Jimmy McMurray on the outside, drops down to the inside to pass Kevin Harvick, and goes to the checkered flag. Textbook win indeed. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I finally got to see the 2015 Duck Commander 500 from Texas Motor Speedway, and now I can sleep peacefully, and I just had to tell you that. Alright. So, last weekend the action was at Talladega, in the Hammer State of Alabama, at Talladega Super Speedway. Last Saturday was last weekend's Xfinity event, the Winn-Dixie 300. Winner Joey Logano in the 22 Ford, who led 40 laps and dropped 3 points. Second place, Brian Scott in the number 2 Chevy. He led 10 laps and gained 3 points. And third place, Austin Dillon in the 33 Chevy, and he dropped 2 points. Last Sunday was last weekend's Sprint Cup event, the Geico 500. Winner, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 Chevy. He led 67 laps and gained 3 points. Second place, Jimmy Johnson in the 48 Chevy. He led 50 laps and gained 1 point. And third place, Paul Menard in the 27 Chevy, and he gained 2 points. So first, second, and third, all Chevys, and Chevy so far still making its mark in the 2015 Sprint Cup circuit. So the Geico 500 from Talladega, scheduled laps 188, actual laps 188, race start time 1:21 p.m. Eastern time, race finished up at 4:41 p.m. Eastern. On the pole was Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Jeff Gordon, a 4-time pole sitter and 6-time winner at Talladega. Jay McMurray, a 1-time winner at Talladega. Pre-race info, presentation of colors performed by the Alabama National Guard. Invocation, Alan Singley, volunteer, Alabama Raceway Ministries, student pastor, Grandview Baptist Church, Dothan, Alabama. National anthem performed by the 313th United States Army Band, Marsha Brown Lee, senior student, Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind. Flyby by Alabama Law Enforcement Aviation. And driver start your engines command, Senior Airman James A. Sotile, Biomedical Equipment Tech, Maxwell Air Force Base, Montgomery, Alabama. So as mentioned, Michael Waltrip was in the 55 car on Sunday. Not for long, he actually got knocked out of the race after colliding with the 33 car. Well, the 33 collected the 55 car during the first question. And you had the rule with the double yellow. Now, normally, some tracks, they let you race in the apron, but not at Talladega. No racing on the apron whatsoever, and if you use the apron to pass somebody, you will actually get issued a penalty. So, a little note right there. Air temperature and track temperature at the start of the race. Air temperature was 75, and the track temp, 121. Pit road speed limit 55 miles per hour. You had 404 Hendrick racers in the top 5 at lap 2. Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, Jimmy Johnson, and Dale Jr. Gordon in first, Kane in third, Johnson in fourth, Dale Jr. in fifth. Dale Jr. takes the lead at lap 11 with debris on the grill of the 88 car. Fans getting pumped up to see Dale Jr. in the front. First question comes out lap 19, and this is what knocked Mike Waltrip out of the race. Crash involved the 55 and the 33. The 33 smokes and spins. It turns out he actually blown an engine. So the 33 car smokes, spins, and gets into the 55 car. He actually collects the 55 car and inadvertently gets T-boned. The 33 car, Brian Scott. So Mike Waltrip and Brian Scott to the garage. Brian Scott he was sent to and released from the care center, and Mike Waltrip's car got towed to the garage there. He has some pretty bad damage in the front of that 55 car, and Kevin Harvick takes the lead as the leader's pit at lap 20, but we'll get into the leader track segment in a moment. You had a race off of pit road at lap 20. 24, the 88, the 19, the 48, the 6, the 27, the 8, the 21, the 2, and the 17, respectively. 24, Jeff Gordon, the winner of from that race off pit road. Ryan Newman reports trouble in the 31 car, trouble in the pit box, a fire, and if you saw this, the fire resulted from a hot lug nut that contacted some spilled fuel on the road surface, and that was the cause of that fire. Green flag comes out lap 24, and the restart lap 25. Now, as mentioned, I think I mentioned this last weekend, Eric Jones will be driving the 18 car starting this weekend at Kansas, and David Reagan will be in the 55 car, also starting this coming weekend at Kansas. David Reagan started Sunday's race in 9th place and dropped to 30th at lap 28. He had the top 5 at lap 37, which consisted of Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Paul Menard, Ryan Blaney, and Stenhouse Jr., the 24, the 48, the 27, the 21, and the 17, respectively. And then question number 2 would come out for lap 47. Now, this involved, they said 15 cars involved in this one. And what happened was Trevor Bayne, the 6th car, spins and turns into the wall after being passed on the outside by Paul Menard in the 27 and on the inside by Kurt Busch in the 41. NASCAR called it the first big one of the race. Cars involved, Trevor Bayne, Joey Logano, Casey King, Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Justin Allgaier, David Reagan, Stenhouse Jr., Lennon Castle, and Tony Stewart. Now, not only did this bring out the yellow flag, but this incident would also bring out the red flag, which came out at lap 47 for cleanup. Again, 15 drivers involved in this one, but all drivers are okay, of course, which is a good thing. And of course, whenever you see a big crash, everybody's looking to see the driver get out of the car, and that is always a good sign. Kyle Larson, David Reagan, and Trevor Bayne's car get towed. And now remember, no work at all is permitted on cars during a red flag. Casey Keen's 5-car heads to the garage. And the low banking that's saying on the straightaway makes it difficult for cars to keep from getting loose. So very low banking on the straightaways at Talladega. So the yellow flag comes back out at 2:47 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's lap 47 into lap 48 now. Pit road opens at lap 49. And you also had a race over pit road at lap 49, the 48, the 78, the 11, the 20, the 24, the 1, the 88, the 27, 21, and the 3, respectively. Jimmy Johnson comes out of that one a winner. Now, you had, let me count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 cars had to go and restart at the rear of the pack because of too many guys over the wall. Okay, you had the 51, the 32, the 10, the 47, the 83, the 22, the 98, the 7, the 17, the 31, the 34, the 62, the 4, and the 43, all having to restart at the back of the pack. Green flag comes out lap 51 and the restart lap 52. They go around a couple times until question number 3 for debris. This would come out at lap 55, and it may have been from Joe Logano's car, a piece of sheet metal, because after Joe Logano got banged up during the big crash that brought out the second caution, they put some sheet metal in there in the front of the car to fix it up, and a piece fell off, and they said that was the debris. Joe Logano parallel parks into his pit box, lap 56. That was interesting. And the beneficiary from caution 3 was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17 car. Now, Kevin Harvick, the 4 car, gets penalized for too many crew over the wall. Lap 56, he has to start into the rear. And Joey Logano also penalized for too many over the wall. That was lap 57, and he also had to start at the rear. Green flag comes out lap 58, and the restart lap 59. Danica Patrick gets into the top 10 at lap 58. Top 10, actually, at lap 62, consisted of 7 Chevys and 3 Toyotas. 3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas. And that was Matt Kenseth, Carl Edward, and Denny Hamlin, the 20, the 19, and the 11. Carl Edwards, the 19 car, in the top 10 at lap 62.